Zach, I just wanted to talk to you about Karen real quick.
Zach, it must be important.
It is.
Okay, Sistas fans, in the promo for next week, we actually return to the gym, someplace that we haven't been at since season 1, I believe back in like 2019, if I'm not mistaken. This was like, back when the show was first starting out and, the girls were there. I don't think Danny was there. I think it was Karen, Sabrina, Andy, and they saw Calvin and Maurice. But now we are here once again. And Aaron approaches Fatima and Zach. He goes on to say, Zach, I just wanted to talk to you about Karen real quick. And you got Fatima going, Zach, it must be important. And Aaron is like, it is. So basically, I'm thinking this boils down to what happens in episode 4. I'm thinking that at this point, Aaron is trying to figure out any way to get a sit down to figure things out about the baby mama situation, because this is what was missing in this week's episode. That moment where, Miss Lisa was telling Aaron to scram and, hey, I want to talk to you. And they go outside, but we don't get to see that scene. And I think we could have used a couple of minutes, two or three. I mean, hell, even the scene where Zach goes over to the apartment and he talks with Miss Lisa briefly, that's what we needed between her and Aaron. But instead, most of the episode time was eaten up by Andy and Gary just talking about the same shit in the penthouse. And then we spent 5 minutes of them getting undressed. We didn't need that. We could have definitely used a scene where we saw, Miss Lisa talking with Aaron. That way, he's like, damn, Karen doesn't want me around. And now her mom's there to block me. And then Zach is like, well, I'm trying to get Karen to leave me alone. But her mom just seems to think that I'm the problem. And just like with Aaron, her blood pressure's up. I'm the problem. So I think it would be pretty cool if, we know that Zach and Aaron will both be at Karen's apartment with her mom, kind of like the mediator, probably to go over everything. But I would love, now that I think about it, because originally I'm thinking Aaron is probably talking with Zach. It's like, yo, we should team up and, go over there and talk together, because I think Aaron in his mind is trying to get Zach to be like, hey, Zach, could you do what you can to make Karen, come to my side and stop chasing after you? And then, Zach, is like, look, I done told her I moved on. How many times can I say it? But if it'll get her off my back, then fine. Let's kind of work together on this. So I think it would be pretty interesting if they together were like, you know what, fine, let's see if we can set something up. And they're the ones who called for the meeting. But it seems that based on the preview where you have Miss Lisa talking to Karen in the kitchen, like, so you don't love him the way you love Zach, in reference to Aaron. And then it's like, are you sure this is Zach's baby? Honestly, I'm not sure of it anymore. I'm not sure of anything anymore. So maybe it does boil down to her mom being the one to call up Zach and Aaron, like, hey, come on over, let's work this out. So I'm thinking that Aaron is trying to call a truce as well as figure this thing out. And Zach, we do know in episode 4 in the synopsis, it says that, he's willing to sit down with Karen in order to work things out so he can move forward in peace with Fatima. And then in episode 5, the synopsis says that Karen, with the help of her mom, puts all of her feelings out there for her true intentions to be known, obviously getting with Zach, but we know Zach ain't for that. So yeah, I think Aaron just wants to talk with Zach about the fact that Karen doesn't want to have anything to do with him. She only wants to have, anything to do with Zach, and Zach doesn't want to have anything to do with her because he's moved on. So, we got to straighten this out. So that's what I think Aaron is up to, even though he does need to value what has been said to him many, many times. Give this woman space. And now the way he's kind of possibly working behind the scenes to talk to Zach in order to get this thing situated, like where we can, work out so we can talk, so I can talk with her. This seems very Gary-ish, just like the way he popped up like a ghost. The fact that he just found out, exactly where Karen is in the hospital, obviously probably a doctor friend. He's probably doing what, Gary was trying to do with Zach last season. Hey, can you put in a good word for me to Fatima so Andy will get wind of it? So basically, you scratch my back behind the scenes in order to help me get with the woman I want in the light. That's kind of what Aaron's doing. So What do you think? Do you think Aaron's intentions are noble, or is he just trying to do this as a way to get to talk to Karen? He just can't take a hint. So we know that Fatima's like, you know, go for it. But then she's like, are you still in love with Karen? Which I'm doing a separate video on because I'm done with this crap. So thanks so much for tuning in. I do appreciate it. Like and subscribe. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and I'll catch you in the next one.